All right. Welcome back to another episode, or the first ever episode, rather, of Taylor's Unscripted. I'm your host, Taylor. This is my co-host, Taylor. Hey. And over here, this is our guest host, Taylor.
Thanks for having me on the show, dude. It's wild, man. It's wild. This is crazy. I've been watching you guys on the internet for upwards of like 7 days now. Yeah.
Anyway, we are coming here today primarily to introduce to you the new set in the middle of a renovation. This is experimental set number 1 because the set's not quite done, is it, fellas? No, not yet. First, we're just going to start with each of us is going to take a turn talking about our angle and what we, how we feel about it. And
Hey,
that's how it's going to go. Taylor, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
I'm Taylor. I'm on camera number 1.
Yeah.
I'm host number 1. I'm the hot seat number 1, I guess. And
Tell us about your camera angle.
well, I mean, it's okay. You work with what you have.
Yeah.
And so far, this is the best angle that we've been able to come with for camera number 1.
Man.
So, okay. So what specifically don't you like about it so far? Well, for starters, I'm not really a fan of the window that's right behind me. I mean, I don't like how in the camera, you've got like this nice big brown vertical line basically coming out of my head there. And I can't see that from my angle, but you can probably see it on camera.
Yeah, man. It looks like you've got like a lance sticking out of your head, man. That's hilarious.
I'm not a super big fan of that. I don't think the audience would be either. It's kind of distracting. And I'm not a fan of the way that the blinds look either. And I'm worried about people being able to photobomb or video bomb, as it were, into my angle. I don't want people like making faces in the glass behind me. That might be awkward. So, yeah, that might be a little bit awkward. No, I get you.
Yeah, I agree, man. Totally.
Okay, so what would you do to change it? I don't know. Maybe we might be able to paint it.
Painting it white will probably work.
Maybe even replace the blinds with like a blackout curtain.
That'll be cool.
I don't know, like one of those mesh ones, the really nice looking ones.
Yeah, I don't know if black or white would work better.
I don't know. Honestly, maybe neon orange. I bet we could VFX one in here. Let's try that. First, let's paint the trim white. That was cool. That was nice. And now let's put in some blackout curtains, like a shade that's black. Let's do a black one. I have no opinions because I can't actually see it. This is all happening in post. So now let's change it to white. And I don't know, guys. What do you think? No, I can't see it either. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it because I sure can't. It's behind me and it's happening in another dimension, a higher level, a higher plane. This is a 2D world that I'm in right now. You're watching it in a 3D world, and that's where the change is taking place. I can't see it because I'm a lower dimensional being.
It's wild.
Yeah, I'm also not a fan of how this arm is obscuring one of my favorite paintings on the set. One of your favorites of the how many paintings in this set? That's technically a sketch, and that's a photograph over there. You can't see it, but oh yeah, there it is. And also, we kind of lose the Nauvoo temple up there. We get about half of it in, and then the rest of it just disappears. So anyway, aside from those things, which are easily remediable, is that how you pronounce that word? Remediable? I don't know. Things that are fixable can be remedied. As long as we fix those things, then I like this camera angle. I'm not really opposed to it. I kind of like it. Okay, yeah, that's true. I mean, thankfully, a lot of your concerns are easily adjustable. I mean, except for, the most difficult thing will be installing a new blackout curtain. Maybe painting that terrible looking trim. But yeah, at least you can rearrange the wall. That makes sense. That's all I have to say, and we can turn the time over to you, Taylor, if that's okay with you. Yeah, I'll take over. Sure, no problem. So my feelings about this setup so far, this particular angle, are a little bit mixed. First of all, I'm kind of like you. I have a similar problem that your trim has coming out of the top of your head. I've got this nice vertical divider line between the wall and the brick coming out of my head, and I'm not sure how much I like that. Maybe if I lean this way, it's not as bad, it's not as noticeable. Generally speaking, wouldn't you agree? I think that because that's the most natural place to put the guest.
Yeah. This is the guest chair for sure, man.
Because of that, I would probably be inclined to be turned toward them more often than not. And so leaning like this with my head to the left of that corner would probably help. I don't know how this would work for somebody, a gargantuan like Cameron, though. For example, Cameron is gigantic, and I don't know how he would look in frame with that. The rest of my comments are similar to yours as well. They deal with height, because our last set was much higher. We were taller. We were sitting up on stools. These are really low to the ground, okay? And everything's so much higher now. As you can see, Saints Unscripted Neon is cut off. We're just unscripted. We're no longer saints. We've lost our sainthood. We've been banished to outer darkness. Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah, the sign is so dope, man. You've got to...
Something's going to have to be done about that, because we can't back it up. It's like as far back as it's going to go, okay? It's a wide enough angle. If you start backing it up, you're going to run into the other cameras that are set up right next to it, and you're going to start seeing these guys. And no offense, guys, but I don't really want to see you. What's that? You're going to make them move the neon?
Maybe.
I don't know. Apparently, it's really hard to drill through these brick walls. No, not because it's brick. Don't ask me why. I didn't do it. David would know better. Sabrina knows. They have a lot of comments and opinions about that. So I don't know. I don't want to be the one to suggest that they need to lower it, but that's going to be a problem. And as far as the brightness goes, let's see. I just had that remote. Could I get someone? Hello? Can you hand me that remote? It's where? Oh. I'm an idiot. That got bright. Another problem with the neon is that if we bring it down lower, obviously it's going to be much closer to my face. And we have this is a controversial issue, this neon, causing all kinds of creepy blue hazy glow all over the set and all over the guests and the hosts. And if you bring it down lower, we're already closer than we were before. You bring it down lower, it gets double closer. And so we're going to have to deal with that. Problem is, so this is the current Saints Unscripted setting, 25% brightness, okay? That's the lowest, what would you call it, standard concrete setting, okay? That's the lowest button with a specific percentage attached to it, okay? And that's how we're able to keep it consistent, because you just hit the 25% button, boom, done. Makes sense, right? Wrong, because now if we need it to go dimmer, you can do that. There are multiple ways to do that. First of all, you have this really unreliable touch wheel. See, if I touch the white, see, it's not even working right now. What did I tell you? Unreliable. Okay, we're just going to use these arrow buttons right now. These arrow buttons are a little more reliable than the wheel, so we're just not going to worry about that. So if that is 25% brightness, you can take it even dimmer than that, but at a certain point, I can't tell if it's on or off. And there's no percentage attached to it. So I suppose you could say something like, well, okay, let's bring it all the way down to the lowest possible brightness that I can see with my eyes. And that's what that is. And then we're just going to bring it up 1. And that's our standard. That makes it kind of hard because there's no concrete understanding for what percentage that is. It'll just be, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Or maybe the lowest setting is the best setting. I'm not really sure. I'd like it to appear as if it is a neon sign and have some glow. But I also don't want to look like a weird blue alien. Yeah, I also noticed that, if you can't see the neon, you can't see the Edison bulbs, can you? Can you see
Yeah,
the Edison
and,
bulbs?
yeah.
That's right. That's correct. The Edison bulbs are not visible. We may have enough cord. Yeah, we're gonna have to move those. We may like be able to
Yeah,
group
if we
them
could
down
get
or
these
something. I'm
lights
not
over here, man,
really
that
sure.
might spruce things up a bit. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Some tungsten Edison bulbs just floating right here somewhere.
Okay. So enough has been said about the neon sign. I think we're gonna have to figure that out. The last thing that I just want to comment on is the shelves behind me, which, like you, they could be lowered, but like you can't see the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, man.
Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah. It's
oh
like
my
you're
gosh,
painting.
is that the Holy Grail?
We're just gonna come across as anti-Holy Grail people, you know, if this keeps up.
It's no joke.
Which is a shame because the Holy Grail is a great story.
Oh, is it?
I've been listening to a podcast that's talking a lot about it right now. So
It's a big deal.
Oh.
Symbolically speaking, not literally.
I thought that was just like the plot to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Is that a real thing?
Oh yeah, man. That the Holy Grail is no joke, man. The Holy Grail is a wooden cup, man. And if you drink out of the wrong cup, it kills you instantly. I saw it.
So anyway, I'm on board. I think we need to lower the shelves. We just gotta rearrange this whole wall.
I agree, man. Totally.
But
Totally.
then, if you lower everything, then what problem do we run into? You're right. Faith and beliefs.
What?
If we lower the shelves, do we change faith and beliefs too? Do we put David in a chair?
Wait.
Is everyone going to sit in a chair? Is everything just going to devolve into anarchy? This is... I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought that we could have some semblance of order in this world, but apparently not.
Yeah, it's your guys' plights are seem pretty dismal, man. I'm just so sad for you. I'm so sad for these things that need to be rearranged, and for whoever has to punch the holes in the brick again. It's probably gonna be you, dude. It's probably gonna be you, or David. That's probably who it's gonna be.
Anyway, that's my shtick. That's my spiel. Okay. Taylor, would you like to take it away?
Yeah. So I'm not really a keen tune. I don't have a keen eye for design or display or videography stuff, and so I don't really know, man. But my overall impression is that my camera angle is definitely the least cool out of all of this because I don't have anything back there. First of all, I kind of have a similar problem to you guys. It looks like I also have like a lance coming out the top of my head here.
Why do we all have this problem? I don't even know if it's a real problem, like, or if we're just being hypersensitive. Maybe the audience will know better, but like, this is the most inconvenient setup we could have possibly done. I mean, because we all have the same problem. Oh, I do want to point out that the lights are probably not in the right places.
Oh, that's not staying there.
That
Oh,
we will
good.
have. Yeah, these are not. No effort was put into the lights.
Yeah, I was gonna say these lights are not that great,
The
man.
lights are not in position right now. This would be a bad lighting setup.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these cords either.
What? You don't like the cords dangling behind your head?
The cords don't look that great.
But that's such an attractive feature of the wall.
They're definitely a step down from the Holy Grail and the cascading vegetation on that shelf over there. I was told that there's going to be some kind of vegetation behind me. Is that correct?
Oh, that's true. You'll have a bush or a tree or whatever, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Good.
A bush
That
of
makes sense.
concealment. A shrubbery.
What?
Bring me a shrubbery. Me. Oh, this
Monty Python, dude. That's awesome. I didn't get that at first. I thought you were yelling at me or something.
Oh, I have a quick question. Are we gonna have like more soundboard then?
Yeah, I don't know about the soundboard either. That's not in my jurisdiction. I'm not privy to the private conversations of the Taylor's Unscripted team.
It's a good question.
Maybe we could ask the audience what they think. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's not too bad. I mean, that shrubbery will really flesh out, your problems there.
We could also maybe like a painting, maybe like a whale, like diving into the ocean, something like that, man. That would be sick. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about my camera angle. There doesn't seem to be much going on in my corner, so there's not much to fix.
Oh, before we end, we're not done yet. Taylor's actually going to share a story with us, right? You're actually you're going to tell a story?
Yeah, so I have 2 stories prepared. Is that all right?
2 stories. He's got 2 stories.
Yeah, I've got 2 stories.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have come more prepared or actually read the outline. And then we're gonna wrap up. And do you just want to take it away?
Yeah. Let me start. Okay, so one time, me and my friend were sitting in my car, and we wanted to listen to some tunes.
Yeah, tunes.
But like the car didn't have a radio. So we went to the store and we bought a radio.
That makes sense.
And then when we made it back to the car, we plugged in the radio to the car. And we turned it up really loud because we wanted to listen to the tunes really loudly.
Naturally.
Because that's what I'm about, man. I love my tunes being loud. But when we turned it on, we found out that the radio wasn't a radio.
What?
The radio was a toaster.
Weird.
So it was like quiet.
That makes sense. Huh.
True story, man.
Well, that's a wild story, man. So glad you came onto our show to waste our time with that tale.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, my next story comes a little bit later. When I was a missionary, one time, me and Elder Pearson were out tracting, and I said, "Buh, check it out. I've got snow on my shoes." And Elder Pearson just looks at me and he's all, "Dude, that's not snow. That's poop."
Wow. That's wild. That's a wild story, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on to our show and sharing that with us. Regaling us with your adventures. That's great, man. Well, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, man. This is great. Thanks for having me on the show. I can't wait till my episode comes out. I hope it doesn't get cut.
That about wraps it up for today. I opened. Do you want to?
Yeah.
I mean, you introed us. It's only fair that I close. Thank you all for watching.
See you later.
And hopefully you've learned a thing or two about the new set, and maybe now you can brainstorm some things a little bit better. Yeah, so thanks for watching. On behalf of the 3 Taylors here, we hope you all have a wonderful day, and please tune in next time.
Bye.
Okay, and that does it for me.
Man, I think that's we're about done here now.
How long was that? How did this go 22 minutes and the last one was only 11?
Hey, why are you still watching? The show's over. Go home.